Right, hello and welcome to today's vlog. Today we're here at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. It's like our 8th year, I think, doing it. But we are currently walking. We've taken a different entrance because the queues were massive, and I did see that this is a proper entrance, so hopefully it works. But as soon as we get in, we're going to quickly go around the Supercar paddock before getting our seats in the grandstands for the day of motorsport. So I cannot wait for this. Let's get into it. Honestly, what a result! So there's the normal queue over here, and that's the Supercar paddock over there. So we are, I think we have skipped quite a bit.
The other queue yesterday was crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just feels like a secret
this seems like, yeah. So the AE entrance worked amazingly. There were no queues and we got in basically straight away. So yeah, now let's head to the Supercar paddock. Right, so whilst it's pretty empty, I'm going to do a full walk around of the Supercar paddock just to show everything, and then I'll put over cinematics. So firstly we have what should have been the Avaya X if it didn't crash on Friday, but then we have the Lotus Avaya, which is beautiful, fully electric hypercar from Lotus. We then have the Pagani Utopia, which is an absolute stunner of a car. It's their new ones who come after the Huayra, which is here. So we've got a Huayra R. We've then got a Ferrari Roma Spider, Ferrari 296 GTS, beautiful V6 Ferrari. We've then got the Velour, which is Aston Martin's new kind of flagship luxury. And then we've got the road legal Victor, which was made for Fernando Alonso. This is Fernando Alonso's own car. Only one in the world. No worries, no. Absolutely beautiful spec. Stunning. We've then got the Ferrari SF90 XX Spider. The first of the XX program is actually road legal, which is very, very cool indeed. We've then got the Aston Martin Victor, which I saw last time, but it was right down an alleyway. So cool to actually see it now. We've then got an 812 Competizione Aperta, which is again stunning. I need to put the focus in the middle. So obviously I'm vlogging on my DSLR today. We've then got Daytona SP3, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous car. And the back, the rear in particular, is stunning. We've then got an Aston Martin Valkyrie, the Adrian Newey designed track weapon basically, which you need to wear headphones on to actually drive.
I don't want you lot to just wait.
Then got the SP8, the one of one Ferrari. It is another beautiful car, and the first time I've actually seen one, which is really cool. And then we've got an FXX Evo under the cover. I've then got the new Vantage Coupe. No worries, man. There's a GT3 version of this which is currently racing, which is also beautiful. And then we've got the new DB12 Volante as well, which is a stunning car. This is a proper Aston Martin. Really beautiful. Then if we come round, we then come to the McLarens and the Lambos. So that's my first time seeing it, so we'll quickly go over this. So this is the new Evo Spider, next to the new Starato as well. They're off-road Huracan. But then we've got the McLaren Solus GT. It's owned by Mika Häkkinen himself, obviously in the early 2000s Formula 1 livery. It's track only, and it is just an absolute weapon to say the least. The Supercar paddock's starting to get a little bit busy already. We've got an Artura here, and then we've got a GTS, and then the new 650S, which is really interesting as well. It's all been kind of shaped around the headlights more. We've then got the Huracan Technica, the new Revuelto, which I actually haven't seen in person yet. The successor to the Aventador. A really stunning car, and obviously their first hybrid car as well, apart from the Sian, which is really cool. We've then got a McLaren Senna, just a classic Senna. You really can't fault these cars. And the track could be an absolute weapon. We've then got a Ford Mustang GTD, an AGTZ twin tail. I've got no idea what that is. It seems quite interesting. Is that the new Alpine kind of racing car? I think it is. We've then got a P1, a classic P1. You can't get enough of these things. They are absolutely stunning. And we've then got the McMurty, the one that broke the hill climb record in 2022, the year that I was here. Purely made for the track, fan turbine car, stunning, really, really stunning. Then got a couple of Singers, which are really, really beautiful. The classic Porsche, made to be modern, and going for about $1 million each, I believe. Crazy money. And then we've got the Yang Wang, which is, I think, the American car, but it is beautiful, and especially the rear as well. That beautiful on track. And then we've got the 2024 Spectre. Right, so now I'm running a little bit low on time to record, so I'm going to stop this recording and then we'll head to the next side of the paddock. Right, so we're on the final straight of the paddock now, and this is where it gets serious. It is. So we start it off with the new Bugatti Bolide, Bugatti's non-road legal track weapon. Just the specs of this are unbelievable, and it's the first time I've seen it. It's just so low to the ground with the grille here. Beautiful. We've got the Lazante P1 here, the Nürburgring track weapon. I've said that a lot. There's a lot of track weapons this year. We've got a couple more Lazante cars, and this is the Porsche 9 something that's been made road legal somehow by Lazante, which is very cool indeed. We've then got the new Bugatti Mistral, which is somewhat based on the Lavature Noir, but obviously it's a higher run version of it. A beautiful, beautiful car. And then under this cover we've got the Rimac Nevera. This is successor to the Concept 2. Another just, the way this thing accelerates is just unlike anything else. We've then got the Zenvo TSR. Obviously the previous TSR, this is the new GT, the previous TSR had the wing that used to bend, and Shmi owns one, I believe. We've then got a Carmen Segura, not gonna lie, also never heard of that one, but again it looks cool. We've then got a couple Koenigsegg's. We've got the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack, which is just a beast. And then we've got the Absolute, which is the top speed version, obviously without the rear wing. As you can see, it's simply just flat back here. I'm surprised we're allowed to walk this close to them. A beautiful, beautiful car here in full raw carbon. We've then got some of the T automobiles. I can't remember. Yeah, the Gordon Murray cars. So we've got the T33, the T50, and the T50S Niki Lauda edition. Which are they going to start off? I don't know. No, it's in the suspension. Very cool how it does that though. And to round it off, well, not actually to round it off, but we've also got the Koenigsegg CC850. So that is the Supercar paddock this year at Goodwood. Unbelievable selection of cars. I'm just going to quickly check around here. Oh, just classically. So we've got a couple more Porsches. So we've got a Porsche 918. This is still, if I had all the money in the world, I would buy a 918. They're just fantastic cars. And obviously you can take the roof off whenever you, you can take it off whenever you want. We've then got a 911 Carrera GTS, the new one, which was unveiled by Mark Webber and driven up the hill. Got the new 911 ST, and then to top it off, we've got the new Taycan Turbo GT as well. So now I believe we're just going to have a walk around, and then we're going to head to our grandstands. Right, so walking across this muddy pond, we're here at the Pagani stand, where Horacio Pagani unveiled yesterday the new Imola, which is, the front wing on that is beastly to say the least. And then we've also got the Huayra Epitome, sorry. But these two are just mega as well. Got a couple of Golf McLarens, obviously got the F1 GTR, a P1 GTR I think as well, a Senna GTR, all in Golf liveries. And then we've got a Porsche 919, I believe, and then a Speedtail up there as well, just casually up there, along with the classic 911. And here's the statue for this year, MG themed, as it is a big anniversary for MG. Very cool. But yeah, into the grandstands we go. Here we go. The first cars are making their way to the start of the hill climb. It's about to launch control. Right, so we're in our seats. The cars are just making their way to the start of the hill climb now. And yeah, they are so absolutely beautiful. Can't wait for this. Let's get into it. And we have got our first red flag, 3 cars in. Oh, it was just the IndyCar coming up and it's been a red flag, unfortunately. He's binned it into the hay bales. Here we go, let's see this. Yeah. That's not great. Oh. He's just having an atta now. He's just been kind of stopped there because of the red flag, because of the crash. Now he's just having a chat with the marshal. Oh yeah, that's not great. Sergio Perez in the super van. In his classic slow style. Bulls, there you go. There he is. Right, so we've just had the F1 cars up, and then all of the Red Bulls, as you can see, have made their way to the front of the hill climb, and it's about to be the Red Bull moment. This is why we have waited in these grandstands for the past 4 hours, so we cannot wait for this. And just walking past the crowds. Here we go.
Clean and Hamda Al-Kabesi out. Christian, I'm going to start with you because I don't know how many people are aware of this, but you were actually at day 0.
This team came out of, Stewart Grand Prix, John Muir, and then we were going to be developed
content to what we see here.
Definitely disruptors. The two architects of Red Bull Racing, Christian Horner and Adrian. Christian, well, you know this guy. Come and spend it with you here at Goodwood. So let's get a massive welcome, a huge applause. Sergio Perez, Daniel Ricciardo, and the reigning world champion, Max Verstappen.
It's fun, it's great. I'm also happy for the weather so far today. When I arrived yesterday, it was didn't like this.
I did Goodwood was 10 years ago with McLaren, so it's really nice to come back here with all these people. The passion you get to experience here is really special, and obviously with the
Champions here, this is your first time. Let's have a huge cheer first of all. How do you enjoy your first Goodwood experience?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, to be honest, every year I watch it from home, but it's great to be here.
Say goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Right, so that was the Red Bull moment. It was brilliant, especially when they put on the music and all drove down, and then Max Verstappen kind of cocked up his donuts, which is quite funny. But yeah, we just watched all the interviews up on the balcony, and now we're going to go and head for food, but that was absolutely brilliant. Right, so we just had lunch at a burger place in this very communal kind of area. We managed to get a bench somehow, one opened up at the right time, but we are now going to head our way through the stalls before making our way up to the F1 paddock, and then making our way down slowly to the Cartier lawn and then the Red Bull area, before then making our way back to the Supercar paddock. So yeah, let's go.
This one is
Yeah, they do a great job of them. Can you imagine going to Goodwood and leaving with a car?
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
You're about to go, you're about to drive.
Vision Pro. Let's get this way. There, is it? Oh yeah. How cool. Right, so we are at the McLaren stand, and I think that's Derek Bell up on yeah, Derek Bell is currently doing an interview up here. We got the 650S Spider here. We've got the classic P1 OOV, which scared the living daylights out of Jeremy Clarkson in Spa. We've got an F1 GTR, I believe, an Artura Spider.
So I went and drove it, and it was quite unusual.
I'm going to listen to Derek Bell for a bit.
He said to me, "What do you think? It's not going to happen, is it?" So it was never seen on the traffic. It didn't set the world alight, and the trouble was, I was at the back of the grid with Graham Hill, and I think Jochen Rindt, and he was shocking. The car was too new. Nobody had figured out how to. So he said, he then phoned me up, said, "Come on, Dad, you're going to have to come to Le Mans with us." Meaning he was an anchor guy, so I went along, and I didn't drive it until we went to Le Mans. Sat on the grid, well, sat in qualifying, went out and we did come on, and suddenly we find ourselves at 9 o'clock at night leading the race. These other chaps couldn't keep it on the road, and we kept driving all through the night into the other.
So that was cool since it's the end of the interview with Derek Bell. But just continuing, we've got the McLaren MP4, I think? Yes, I think so. Obviously Senna's beautiful car. And then finally we've got the McLaren F1 Senna edition that we drove at Monaco, and the car that I walk past every morning on my way to work when I work to the MTC. So that's pretty cool as well. But yeah, we're now going to head over to the main paddock and also the F1 paddock. Is that no.
Yeah, we've been here for about an hour.
I'll go invest you.
Look at black Mercedes. Very good. Instead of saying thank you, you'd be like, fridge. There you go.
Right, so this area is very crowded, but we've got the 499 Modificado over there. We've then got Kimi Räikkönen's championship winning car. We've then got a 2018 car here. And then through, it is absolutely rammed, so I'm going to try and get as many short clips as possible. But we're heading down to Alpine and then McLaren.
Do you want me to have a go at this paddock?
Yes.
Right, so we are now at the Cartier Deluxe lawn. So I'm just going to do a quick walk around. Yeah, all good. I think it's got like a tractor theme this year. So I'm not going to go over the tractors or the old Fords because I'm not too knowledgeable on them. However, I do believe that there is a Bugatti Type 57 area. So I'm going to go and try and look for that. There's always some stunning cars in here. We've got a, is that a Murcielago? Oh no, Diablo, of course it's Diablo. And then we've got a Countach. Oh, and then we've got a load of old Huayras. Zondas, sorry. God, look at the amount of mistakes I'm making today. Look at these. The old classic Zondas. I can't believe I'm calling them classic. They're like a decade old. But they do kind of count as a classic now. Obviously, got the Zonda C12, which is the brilliant number plate. That's the Zonda S. This is Zonda F? Oh no, this is Zonda Nero. Beautiful car. It's got the Zonda PS. Yeah. Another Zonda S. And I'm not sure what this one is. It's a Zonda 760 Attack. But all of them are absolutely beautiful. I'll get some cinematics of them now. And then we've got the Bugatti Type 57 area, from what I believe, yeah. Now these are worth, I could not even imagine. But I mean the Atlantic's a classic. Everyone knows the Type 57 Atlantic. With the scooped wheels, it's just stunning. And then just coming around, they're all just, this is the peak of like beauty in cars for me. They're just so elegant. Every single one of them just so elegant. But yeah, that was roughly around the Cartier Deluxe lawn. That's mainly kind of my interest this year. There's some old Lamborghinis over there as well with a Miura. But yeah, so it was mainly Zondas and Type 57s, which is very cool. Yeah, I'll go and get some cinematics, which I would have probably inputted before this. And then yeah, we're now going to head to the Red Bull paddock, which I'm very excited about. Right, we are now in the Red Bull paddock, and this is just the most insane thing I think I've ever seen. We have got every single Red Bull car here from its 20 years of existence. So I mean, we're going to walk around them all. Actually no, firstly let's start off at the RB17, because this is Adrian Newey's masterpiece. It is just, levels don't speak. Levels don't go to how fast this car is. It's unbelievable. Obviously it's not road legal in the slightest, and they're just doing stunts over there. Classic Red Bull, but it is £5 million per unit, 50 made, and it is just the ultimate track weapon. You cannot get quicker than this. But if I do a walk around now, we've got every single one apart from the RB1, I believe. I can't see the RB1, it might be somewhere else. But we're starting off with the RB2. And then, oh yeah, something must be missing. But we have then got just the most insane view ever going through the RB3, the RB4, the RB5. First time they were close to a championship with Vettel against Button. The RB10. This was Ricciardo's first winning car in Canada, where he got all of those wins. I think he got 4 in that season. It was unbelievable. The RB11, the RB12, Max's first winning car. 2016 in Spain, the first race he ever raced for Red Bull, and he won. Then go through to the RB13. The RB14, the car that Ricciardo won Monaco in. That redemption race. We've then got the RB15. So the car that Max and Gasly shared. And then if I come round, we've then got to go to another section to be able to see the amount of cars that are in this paddock. And I think we've actually got an F1, a Red Bull energy station here, which they normally take to races, which is very cool as well. I don't know whether the drivers are in there or not. But if we come round, here we go, here's the RB1. So they've kind of mismatched them. So we've got the RB1 here, obviously the first ever car they had. It's got P4 in Australia. We've then got the RB6 of Mark Webber. The RB7. The RB8, which Horner drove up the hill. I don't know what on earth is happening over there. I've got no idea. But we've then got, I've got no idea. No idea what's over there. Classic Goodwood. We've then got the RB16B, which Max won his first championship in. And then we just carry on going. Oh, it's a P1 mad car. And then if I come round, and then carry on going, I will try and get around, I promise. Hey, it's just so loud. Insane. We've then got some of the newer cars. This feels like a 2020 car. And then we've got the new generation of car. It's the RB19, the most dominant car in F1 history. 19 wins for Max, 2 for Checo, and then that fateful Singapore night in which Sainz won. And then finally we've got the current gen, the RB20, which is currently making F1 very, very interesting indeed. But this, I'm going to include some cinematics because this is just unbelievable. But yeah, this is just the coolest paddock I think I've ever been in. 20 F1 cars, unbelievable. But yeah, let's move on to the next section. So everything's happening here at the moment. I just got a photo of Yuki Tsunoda. He was just walking through the paddock, so I quickly grabbed a photo with him. I'll stick it on now. But also, I missed out Adrian Newey's own Aston Martin Valkyrie, which he drove up the hill with his son Harrison. Super, super cool. So we've just got kind of ushered to here. We believe 2 F1 cars are going to come out. So yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. There it is. So Yuki's going in the RB18. It looks like, and yeah, we're going to wait for him to come past. We started up the RB18. Right, so once again at a car event, me and Dad absolutely nailed the timing of something. Yeah, we met up and then they started kind of shooting us over, and we got front row for Yuki Tsunoda starting up the RB18 and setting off the hill climb, which is pretty cool. Bearing in mind I also literally just got a selfie with him. But we are now heading to the Supercar paddock. I think that'll probably be the last place we go today, because we've got to get back for the England game. So yeah, let's head to the Supercar paddock. Right, so we're at the end of the Supercar paddock now. I didn't come up here last time. Here we have got a Koenigsegg Gemera, or if it actually has focus. I've seen a couple of these, but they're just the coolest cars ever. Then if we come down, we've got a Koenigsegg Attack here, and also a Lotus Fire. But then here, I believe we've got the Alfa Romeo Type 32. Their new, beautiful car. It's in a glass box. Inside the Type 32 or the Type 22 Stradale. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Doors are open, so I'm going to quickly try and get a sneak peek through. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. But that is where I'm going to end off for today. What a day it's been. We've seen so much, we've crammed so much into it, and seen some very, very awesome cars and some awesome drivers. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.